Well, hello everybody. I thought I'd just have a little chat about where I've been today. I've got my pyjama top on. Did you need to know that? I don't know, but anyway, you know it now. It's 7 o'clock in the evening and the old bod needs to go to bed at 9 o'clock. So I thought, get your pyjama top on. I've been up early, as you know, I get up very early, and today we've been to Cleethorpes, which is on the east coast. It's in Lincolnshire, right next to Grimsby, and we love it. We did call at Grimsby as well. Anybody that's been watching this for a while knows that I've got a bit of a fascination with chips. Not chips, although I do like chips, but chips. And we did have fish and chips whilst we were there, so it's a good segue, that is. Anyway, I don't know what's in my, I don't know whether it's because I've had a bit of sugar or what it is, but you just have to bear with me. Yes, fish and chips was partaken whilst we was there. We usually go to a fish and chip shop that's a little bit out of the way, and a lot of the locals use it. I forget what it's called now, but I think the fish and chips there are like £4.30 for fish and chips, which is unheard of. You get plenty of them, and I think if you have peas or curry, it's an extra £1. I think it mainly, the main customers, I think, are a lot of the workers from around there, and also I think it's like a big estate that it's on as well, so they keep the prices down. They're lovely people, so we always like to go there for two reasons. The people are just lovely, the food's good. It's three reasons really, and also the price point, because you know that that's what I'm about. So that's what we've been doing. My husband, when he goes to the seaside, the main thing he likes to do is have fish and chips, and also he likes to go in a sweet shop that's got lots of different types of licorice in. He loves salty licorice, but today I think he might have got salty licorice. He also got honey licorice, and what else did he get? Ginger licorice as well. So we got 3 lots. And yesterday, it was Father's Day, so we spent a bit of time with my youngest son and Tamsin, his partner, and Noah and Ivy, the grandchildren, and it was really lovely. My other son and his wife got in touch with my husband to wish him a happy Father's Day. We'll catch up with them in the week. So it's a win-win, isn't it? You have more days of fun. But the reason I wanted to tell you this was Ivy spent a couple of hours with my little miniature bureau that I'd filled full of buttons, and she absolutely loved it. I put all these pots out for her to put different colours in different pots, and she loved it. We put all the pots out on one of the stools that I got free, and then she sat on the other stool, and I said to my husband, I can't get rid of those 2 stools while she's little, because she's using them, and I thought she would, and she really enjoyed it. She gets a bit like that, where she likes to have a bit of time on her own. She's very much her own person, Ivy is, and she's like a horse that will be led to water, but you can't make it drink. Let's put it that way. But I said to them, now my friend had been to, I think it was it might have been the Black Country Museum, and she brought me back a big bag of kale, pink kale, and a lolly, because I do like what they call retro sweets, which is quite funny really. Anyway, the children, I said to them, have you ever tried kale? And they hadn't. I said, well, it's like sugar, but it's pink. So I got 2 little pots, 2 lollies for them to dip in. Oh, and they loved it. And then I started telling them that you used to be able to get rainbow kale and also, kale in different colours. So we stopped off at Gainsborough today, and the shop was shut when we got there in the morning, so I don't know when it was opening. So I said to my husband, let's have a look, see if there's one in Cleethorpes, which there was, and I think we've walked past it before because it's not very showy outside, and I think probably it'd be good in a way if it was a little bit more showy, because you could easily just walk past it. But we went in there and the gentleman was so lovely. So my husband got all his licorice, happy as Larry. And then I got some rainbow kale, 2 bags of it, a bag each for the children. So that's now got here. I've got it in this dish for when I see them. I've got them some flying saucers, if you remember those. They're like, it's like edible paper in a way, and inside there's like kale. And my sister, my eldest sister, when I was very little, because they were older than me, she told me that there was a little man inside with a sack, and he'd got sugar, and he threw it on your tongue when you ate it. Of course, I was petrified. So I always remember that. Older sisters for you, you see. Say no more. I ought to be in therapy. So, what did I get for myself? Because I thought, I will not get dolly mixtures because, honestly, I think I'd just breathe them in. Dolly mixtures are my thing. If I have a bag of them, I can't stop till I've had them. But what did I get? Now, I said to my husband, I can remember when the lads were little, and they used to get 10p mix. And it would be a little bag for 10p with different sweets in. Little do I think, well, your eldest, he was born in 82. So, I mean, he'll be, 44 this time. I hope I've got that right. Anyway, so you forget how long ago, and you end up just like an older person that you remember, who said, oh, you used to be able to get fish and chips and 3 pints of beer, and you'd still have change from half a crown or whatever, so I'm turning a bit like that. Anyway, for £1, I've ended up getting a pound mix because I'm a big kid. So there's all sorts in there. Let me just have a look, see what this is. Oh, a refreshers bar and loads of like jelly things, like laces and snakes. You can remember those, can't you? And so, happy as Larry. We've got quite a few things whilst we're out. We've had a lovely day. We also got, this is somebody that's overweight that should know better. But anyway, it was a bargain. So, you know what I'm like. And it was in a heart-shaped tin. I mean, how can you leave it? So, this has been reduced to £1.50. And it's chocolate, dark chocolate covered jelly sweets. So I thought, oh, just got to have it, haven't you? Just got to have it. You're only here once. So that was that. What can I get for 50p for the kids where they won't hurt each other? So I ended up getting these paddle bats, if you can remember those. Little bats with a ball and some elastic, 50p. They might not last long, but if it gives them a bit of pleasure and you know, keeps them occupied for a bit. I thought that was a good bargain. So, what else did I get? All naughty things, really. These were £1. These were in Heron Foods in Gainsborough. And the £1 each, you just put milk in them and then put them in the freezer, whisk it, I think. And it turns into ice cream, apparently. Twix ice cream. So how lovely is that? Then I thought I'd better get the Malteser one as well. So that was those. Something a little bit more grown up. Not that my husband wants this, but it's for me. So I went to the cash and carry. We also went to the company shop as well. I got for our dinner, which is what some people call the lunch, but round here we call it dinner. Because to me, when you went to school, it was dinner, ladies. So at dinner, you had dinner. And then at tea time, you had your tea. But anyway, where was I? What was I saying? So we had our fish and chips. And then on the way home, we had a House and Duck wrap. They were from the company shop and they were 20p each because they'd got today's date on. So our tea cost us 20p. I thought we can afford it, let's go mad. But anyway, 6 Baxter's horseradish for £1. I love horseradish. And the girl in the shop, she said that she'd bought some and she puts it in her mash, you know, mashed potato. I won't do that with these because my husband, I don't think he's ever tried it, but I absolutely love it, you know, particularly if it's really a good horseradish and it really sort of, I don't know, clears your sinuses, let's just say that. You know, it's a lovely thing to have. I love it. So that's that. And then from the company shop, I got this party box. And it should have been £9.99. It was £2. And it's got 10 small plates, 10 large plates, 10 straws, 10 cups, 10 napkins, and a tablecloth. 61 pieces. And it should have been £9.99. And it was £2. I thought, that's lovely, that is. You know, if we're out with the children or anything. And it's also budget friendly in a way because you can get take some sandwiches out with you and some pop, and it just feels a little bit more special, doesn't it? And then you've not got to wash up afterwards. I know a lot of people say it's not very environmentally friendly, but all these are the type of thing that does rot down. It's made out of like paper. So it's not plastic. So I'm absolutely thrilled with those. I think they'll be lovely. And what else? I didn't get a free paper magazine from Waitrose. I got a free paper because I like doing the crossword in it. And I got a free coffee as well because we use the app. I think that's it, really. That's about all I've got today. As I say, yesterday was spent with the children and I was mainly with Ivy because she was in a good mood. You've got to catch her in a good mood because she's only 5, so sometimes she gets tired. This is the like neck warmer that I'm making, that I cross over and then put a button on. That's been made out of a cone and it's ever so fine. It's so light, it really is. It's very cobwebby. That's what it feels like. Well, it doesn't feel like a cobweb. No, but you know what I mean. It's very, very light. So I'm enjoying doing that. Yeah, we've had a lovely day out. Very much needed. the weather has been like so hot. We did put the air conditioning on because it was so hot, and I got quite a few steps in, so I was pleased about that, because that's always a good thing, isn't it? Particularly if you're eating things like fish and chips. I think you need to try and work some of it off. But we had a lovely time. We called at Gainsborough, like I say, and the River Trent was right down, because on the way home we called off at Wetherspoons, because if instead of buying ice cream whilst we're out, we normally go to Wetherspoons for ice cream, because it's under £2 to, if you look on the dessert menu, you can have a couple of scoops of vanilla ice cream with Belgian chocolate, and I think it's like a toffee sauce. So it's a no-brainer. So that's what we did. We stopped and had that on the way home, and it was lovely. And that's Sven Forkbeard that we go to, because all that area was known for the Vikings, you know, because they did go up the Trent, and it was always thought that, because if you know anything about it, there was Canute, who was king for the time, and I think Gainsborough at one time was like the capital of this country for a very short time. I think it might have been for days. But going back to King Canute, who was famous for the parting of the waves, but actually he thought that it was like a superpower, but it wasn't really. It was something called the Aiger. I think it's Aigar, and what it is when the tide turns, because the water at Gainsborough on the Trent is tidal, coming in from the sea and then pulling back again. It's to do with the moon, the pull of the moon. But it was actually the Aiger that sometimes it's famous there. We have been before, and you can look at it on YouTube, where the water has turned there, and it's ever so strange, because it sort of almost goes, all the water, and then you can see it starting to swirl, and it can get quite high, and some people have gone on paddle boards before and caught the Aiger, you know, which is crazy, but you know, that's what people do. There you are, that's a little bit of useless information. You know, you won't get that 5 minutes back again, will you? But never mind. As you can tell, I've had a lovely day, but I'm absolutely shattered, and so is my husband, but he's had to go down the allotment to water, but I haven't watered at home. I said to my husband, I think I'll leave it today, because I watered it so well yesterday. So anyway, that's my little bit of show and tell today. Lots of love. Bye.